Good evening, everybody. I'm TJ Holmes.
And I'm Sandy Castelblanco. The Bay Area at 5 is next. A baby girl believed to be the smallest surviving baby in the world is now home from the hospital. Her twin Heba was discharged on January 9th. She weighed 1 pound, 4 ounces at birth, but now weighs 8.5 pounds. San Francisco supervisors hope a new law will keep children in school by keeping them out of cyber cafes. The Board of Supervisors passed an ordinance today to keep children from playing video games at the cafes during school hours. You've heard of National Tax Freedom Day. It's the number of days a typical American must work to pay for annual taxes. Well, now the Farm Bureau has figured out how many days the average American must work to pay for a year's worth of groceries. New England Patriots players return to Boston for a one-of-a-kind welcome home. But who's more excited, the players or the fans? And a British woman receives a hero's welcome for her record-setting sailing feat. State lawmakers are promising financial relief for homeowners devastated by the landslide in Southern California. State and city leaders checked out the damage in Laguna Beach yesterday. They saw the 22 red-tagged homes and 26 yellow-tagged homes by air, then from the ground. Many homeowners are displaced after last week's slide. Some don't even have land to rebuild on. Orange County State Senator John Campbell is working to get low-interest loans and grants for these homeowners. And our Rob Maeda is here with a check of the forecast. And just as I'm enjoying this nice warm day, you're saying we're in for a cooling.
Of course, on a day you normally would have off, you come into work.
Exactly.
We had the beautiful day outside then. Tomorrow, yes, a bit of a cool down as we round out the weekend.
That's okay.
Yeah, the sunshine will be sticking around at least for inland spots.
That's still very nice for June.
It is.
Very nice. Can't complain. Thank you so much, Rob. Daryl Hawkstone is now turning to sports, and we're talking about the Giants. You just feel so bad for them.
Sometimes you don't want to talk about the Giants the way they've been playing, but the Giants do try and get back on track in New York.
New research adds new fuel to the controversial topic of working parents and the effects on their child's development. One government study followed nearly 1,000 children from infancy until the age of 3, and here's what it found. Scientists are testing vaccines that could someday protect children from STDs. Now, most parents support them, but others worry that a vaccine could lead to risky behavior.
We would begin with 10 News reporter Sandy Castelblanco with how people handled that heat today.
It's cooling down now after temperatures hit the 100-degree mark today, something that doesn't happen very often in the month of October. The property owner, Michael Fink, pled guilty to 5 misdemeanor counts, and you can see why. Take a look at the side of this building. Tenants say they shouldn't have to live like this.
10 News reporter Sandy Castelblanco explains why he was given what some consider just a slap on the wrist for his crime.
The high school teacher will spend the next 3 months in jail. He faced a judge today and surrendered.
You are not to associate with minors, nor be in places where minors congregate unless with an adult.
He was a teacher, but today Mario Umeris became an inmate. He admitted to molesting one of his female students back in 2008. The prosecutor says it happened when she was 17 at Valley High School in Escondido, that it was consensual, but still he should have known better. He's been out on bail since his arrest earlier this year, but today handcuffs were placed on the former teacher, who will start his punishment immediately. And even though the teacher admitted to molesting a minor, he will not be required to register as a sex offender. In Vista, Sandy Castelblanco, 10 News.
Covering the new developments, 10 News reporter Sandy Castelblanco joins us now with the family's reaction to the multi-million-dollar settlement. Sandy?
Well, Kimberly, the family now lives in Oregon, and through their attorney told 10 News that they are happy with the $7.25 million settlement. Now, they had sued the cities of Escondido and Oceanside for the way they mishandled their daughter's murder 13 years ago. Stephanie was 12 when an intruder killed her, and they say police forced her 14-year-old son to confess. The year was 1998 when this beautiful 12-year-old girl was murdered in her own home by an intruder.
You never saw a prettier girl than Stephanie. Stephanie was stabbed to death in her bed, stabbed 9 times.
Attorney Milt Silverman has spent the last decade fighting for Stephanie Crow's family. He took the cities of Escondido and Oceanside to federal court for violating their civil rights. He says the Crows' nightmare began the night their little girl was killed, and then police added to their horror when they suspected her 14-year-old brother Michael and 2 friends of stabbing her to death. 10 News obtained this video of the interrogation. The three teenagers were jailed for more than 6 months, and on the eve of Michael's murder trial, charges were dropped. Transient Richard Tewitt was eventually convicted. Stephanie's blood was found on his T-shirt, but his conviction has been overturned. Silverman says Michael never recovered from the ordeal. He felt the public had already convicted him of killing his sister. He suffers from post-traumatic stress disorder. After 13 years of fighting for their civil rights, a settlement was agreed to today. $7.25 million. Silverman was adamant the large amount would be made public.
The defendants insisted they were innocent, and the public can draw its own inferences based on the fact that it's not confidential and the amount paid was $7.25.
And while no amount can bring back Stephanie, today the family says justice was done for her and her brother.
The other two boys who were arrested also brought lawsuits. One dropped his case, the other reached a settlement just last month. The amount was not made public. And we tried to contact the cities of Escondido and Oceanside for comment, but were unable to reach anyone before airtime. Sandy Castelblanco, 10 News.